I've had a problem for quite a while. I'm starting to sell more and more firewood, right? So I need to come up with a solution. I apologize if I'm stealing this from you, but I'm not stealing it from you because I've never seen it before. Do you struggle with simple tasks? I do sometimes. This is Joe on the Okie Woodsman channel. I've had a problem for quite a while when I'm bucking firewood, and I'm gonna try to remedy that today. We're gonna do it with some arts and crafts. That's right, some arts and crafts. What kind of problem do you have, Joe? Let me show you. I can estimate when I'm cutting firewood, but apparently I'm not that good at estimating when I'm cutting firewood. Let's just get let's get an idea of where we're at. This log's at 17 1/8. This log's at 15 1/8. This one's at 14 1/4. Did I cut anything at 16? Gosh darn, 13 1/2. This one might be. Let's see if this one is. Hey, this one is 16 on the dot. I'm starting to sell more and more firewood, right? So I need to come up with a solution. 16 1/4, that's acceptable. 18, 16 1/2. For my wood burning purposes, it all burns whether it's 15 or 17, right? But let me tell you, I want to start selling ricks or face cords of wood. Well, it'll be a lot easier to stack if everything's more consistent. So this one's 15 3/4, so that's pretty close, but I'm all over the place, everybody. 17, 16 1/2. In the wood yard, does a zip tie type system. I want to do it a little different. I haven't really researched this. I apologize if I'm stealing this from you, but I'm not stealing it from you because I've never seen it before. This is my thought process. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I don't want to buy one of those magnetic things, because all the cheap Chinese ones on Amazon are like 20 bucks. And I swear they're gonna break. They're made like a cheap tripod on Amazon that's only $6.99. And on a tripod, you get 3 legs. And I break those all the time. And then I wanted to get that Made in USA one, but gosh darn, it's almost $50. And guys, I love Made in USA, but my family's gotta eat. Do you know that there's a right way and a wrong way to open a package of zip ties? I'm gonna show you 2 ways. Both of them will bother the most organized, pure in thought person that needs to just make everything nice and clean. But let me assure you, the messy way is the best way. First way, when you get a bag of zip ties and you want zip ties, what do? I bet you go snip, 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 cut this off across the top. Like, oh, I've got a nice little self-made, company-provided satchel. Well, guess what? It's not the best way. This might bother you. That, my friend, is the best way. Because I'll tell you what, if you have a work truck with bins, a shop where these are gonna go jostle around, guess what just happened? I got access to my zip ties and they're not gonna fall out of this package, but when I want one, all I gotta do is pull it out. Well, this one didn't work as well because the package ripped that way. You can see right there that that's still, they're not gonna fly out like this, even though the bag failed me. Okay, so anyway, let's try that again. Darn Harbor Freight bags. Let's give that a shot one more time here. There we go. You can go ahead and pull them out, boom. And guess what? You can even put them back in. And again, they're not gonna go falling out everywhere. There we go, that worked as intended. Now the other way, that just bothers you and you just can't stand ripping a bag open. Let's do it this way. Okay, so now what I've done is I put a nice slice across here, and I can now go ahead and grab the ties out that I need to grab out. And I actually need a few colors here because I told you we're doing arts and crafts today. What do you think? Some of you may know what this is for already. Some of you very well may not. That's why you're here. What I want to do is I want to go ahead and zip tie onto here something that can rotate. So that means that, and I probably messed up. This should probably be on this side. In fact, that's exactly what's going to happen. I'm going to put it on that side. Did you know you can get a zip tie off? Hopefully you won't see me bloody myself like I did just a little bit ago. It's possible. I want this to be on this side right here, right like that. So this to go about like that. There we go. Do you struggle with simple tasks? I do sometimes. The idea is that you want to be able to measure from here to here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and tie these on. These serve no purpose other than for markers. There's my 16. Okay, so I've cranked that down on there. I want a 14-inch measurement as well. Do I want a 14? I'll probably do a 12-inch measurement. That's 12. I think I might want an 18. Yeah, I'll do an 18. Let's guess right about there. Now, my idea is I want to go ahead and snip these off right here, get rid of the big ends, and I'll cut this off as well. And now what I can do is I can go ahead and rotate this as needed. We should be good to go. Let's just double check this one more time. We're at 12, 16, and 18. That's just what I'm thinking, I'm guessing. And guess what? If I don't like it, I can redo it. This is not that big of a deal. Flush cutters would be great, because I might get cut like my Ninja Star cut me a little bit ago. Let's see how this fits. Ah, dang. Let me tell you, that is a Ninja Star. That sucker just pierced me. Don't be in a hurry. If you haven't watched that video, I'll link it. And these, of course, could slide. So once I know I like this, I'll probably take like a dab of hot glue or something and basically lock these into place. Otherwise, I have a little bit of fine adjustment here for now. Let's go see how it works with my new dogs and my new firewood measuring tool. Keep in mind, I hope I don't lose my bolt because, you know, that magnesium got jacked up. Dang, gosh darn it. Let me show you this. There's the pile of magnesium right there. If you haven't seen that, make sure you watch that video. Guys, I have a reason to do this. I have a lot more firewood I'm going to be cutting real soon. Kind of have a surprise for the channel. Oh, this is almost out of fuel. Dang it. If you're unfamiliar with Echo saws, many of them you can use the handle and break your caps loose. Very simple solution to a problem out in the field. You don't need to pull a scrinch out or have flippy caps. I do like flippy caps on Husqvarna, and another thing is you can use the Husqvarna caps off of like a 562 XP or 572 XP. They fit perfectly on here. That's a little tip for the day. Thanks to Zero Mark. This is a fresh gallon of 40-to-1 Echo Red Armor with premium fuel. I'm just gonna buck a couple pieces of firewood off of here. You're always guaranteed to see me spilling bar oil on the Okie Woodsman channel. It happens darn near every single time. What do you think? Is this gonna be a good system? I want a bucket 16 inches. Let's take a look. And when I'm not using this, I can go ahead and turn it to the side here and it's out of the way. That's comfortable. I'm not gonna hurt myself on it. I like that. I saw this or a variation of it on In the Woodyard. And there's other firewood channels I'm sure that do it as well. But here we go. This is my 12-inch cut, 16 and 18 from here. So you can see I'm lined up here on my yellow, which is 16 inches. 16 and a quarter. This one's a little crooked, 16 and a quarter. That one's 15 and a half. So let's see what happened here. Got 16 and a half. I have some practicing to do also. Let's just put it this way. So did this work? I think it did. I just need to get better. As always, the operator needs to improve their skill. You know, there's one thing I've learned from shooting on YouTube, and that is that when you're shooting a video, it almost never works like you think it's going to. But we're gonna roll with it because I'm not gonna redo this whole thing again. I've never had that happen before. I've never bucked a log and threw a chain. I don't know what on earth just happened. But anyway, regardless, I have material that's closer in size than what I was doing before by eyeballing it. And I would say this, if you're working in a firewood pile and you're marking this, I'm also gonna do it on a saw that's smaller. I probably will do this on like my Echo, my stock 310, or maybe even my ported 310. And the reason why is it's lighter and I can go through and mark it, and I can also cut some stuff with the ported one. That way I have a shorter bar, I'll be able to hold it there better. But this was just as an example. It's my first shot. I've never really tried to measure firewood. I know they have those fancy painting roller ones, those are cool, but I'm not into buying things to get a job done that don't last. And this right here, the zip ties ought to work pretty good in terms of lasting. Let's see, I'm gonna make sure my measurements look good. I'm at 12 inches, I'm at 16, and I am at 18. So I'm gonna keep rolling this. I'm gonna try it out for a while. I'll let you know how I think about it eventually. But like I said, I have some big surprises for the channel. I should be doing a lot more firewood, and when I do a lot more firewood, I want consistency. And because of that, I figured it was time to do something to improve myself. I do need some practice yet. Everybody, I appreciate you being here, and I hope I see you on the next one. I still appreciate every single one of your comments and every minute you give me running this channel. It blesses my family and I, and we're trying to do better and better with each and every episode. Stay tuned for some exciting news. We'll see you on the next one.